I'm Chris Schönenberger. I'm originally from Switzerland, born there and been in South Africa for 34 years. And I started here the project 24 years ago. After South Africa became a democracy, I felt like what would be a contribution. And I've always been passionate about young people, doing something for young people. I felt many of them had been involved in the struggle and they felt like depleted, their energy was flat. So it's encouraging young people to tap inside and find out what can they do with their lives. And in Northwest, because there's not enough jobs, I tell them, yes, it's one thing to get a job, it's another thing to create your own job opportunity. What can be done? There are so many opportunities, even in a village like Machakaneng. But if they never get out of Machakaneng, if they never see other possibilities, then you cannot even think of it. So taking them out of their normal environment, getting them in touch with other young people, and not young people, other people, and interacting with them, and suddenly they discover, I can dream bigger. That's a bit my hope, to encourage them to tap inside and to discover the passion, what they would really love to do.
Let's see what you've been doing.
Oh, that was our fourth time, so it was more professional than previous years.
Yeah, this one. It was. We're looking forward for a fifth one.
Do you still remember these games?
Christoph. He said he's coming.
Yeah, he's coming next week.
In 2 weeks time.
But do you remember how to do them?
The games?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Right step.
My name is Pedro Silinda. I'm 21 years old. I'm coming from a community, a rural area named Majaganing. So I came here in Phororo my first time on 2021, around July. The first time I came here, I just came here for a 1-week visit. But with what I found here in Phororo, I was mind blown. I ended up volunteering.
The one that came 2 weeks ago.
Important thing, because here in South Africa, yes, we are provided with education and what, but we are mostly broken, coming from all those broken families and backgrounds. And it's hard for somebody who's broken inside to go and focus in education and class. So here we try to fix those broken pots, because we can't keep on watering a broken pot. Probably the water will leak. And patch them very well. And on top of that, we give you a skill, the hospitality skill, in a way that we know that you are in a stable condition, you are ready to learn. You are healed inside, spiritually, mentally, and physically. You are healthy. That's when we come with the training program on a stable person. That's why most of our training programs here, even the last year that we conducted last year, it was successful.
The training program in hospitality could be done in 3 months. And they would get their certificate. But a lot of these young people that come here, they come from broken families. They come from a background where they sort of, they survive on their own. They don't get much guidance from family, from parents. Many times there are no parents. But the basic foundation is lacking. And what we try to do is for that 1 year is to give them an experience of family, an experience of community life, living together. It's a large family then when we're 30. But they go through all the experiences of what they missed out in the family. Learning to communicate with each other, learning even basic stuff. When they arrive, most of them have never sat down for a meal. And it takes a couple of months to just say, okay, we sit down, a meal takes half an hour at least, talk with each other. Until they discover actually the beauty of sharing a meal. It's not just getting food into your stomach. So basic behavior, they practice it, they learn it, without having to say anything. They just do it until they suddenly see, okay, actually it makes sense to do that.
Are you good? I want some of the goody goodies today. I'm hungry. All the keys.
Yeah, so if you want to do something from the land, and the lady's only my nickname. I'm from a small village called Sokwailani. I was born and raised in a family whereby we deal with disabled people. So my passion is about working with people. And currently I have started an art group whereby we work with kids, youth, everyone is welcome to come and join. Help kids with homeworks, entertain them to reduce them always being on the street, starting to use drugs, always doing wrong things, hijacking, learning gangsterism life, and yeah, that's what I do currently at home. And awareness. The most biggest things that Father used to tell to us, acceptance. And whenever you do something or say something, think, is whatever you are saying going to build or going to kill or going to destroy that person? There's killing and there's destroying, two different things. Killing a person whereby you shut down their mentality, their hope, their vision, and there's destroying. Whenever a person says something like this, you always come with a negative point, a negative view. So awareness and acceptance and punctuality, patience.
So you take away small. Yeah. Russian. My name is Kamani Mulea. I'm doing cooking, basically serving the community here through cooking different meals, that from chips, quarters, and stews, beef stew. Then the famous one that they love most, the scop, intlog as they call it. That would be ox head. If I look back from the time I arrived in 2018, I think one thing that I appreciate was the openness of Father Chris when I arrived. Because when he asked me to help with the kitchen, because previously where I used to be, I used to help with the shopping, running the kitchen, helping around. So I was like, no, why can't you help with the organizing the kitchen? Then I accepted that challenge. I think the first thing to start with is it grooms the youth. It helps the youth. It gives the youth the skills. Because some they do baking previously, some they will do baking, barista, office admin with different courses. So it equips them, it gives them skills that they can utilize in their day-to-day lives.
For the selection process, they must come here and stay with us for 2 weeks. So they see the place, they see the structure, what is expected of them. So they can make a decision, can they see themselves in a place like this, because we're a bit away from everything. And we can observe them for 2 weeks. And then after that we can choose who we feel would fit into this program. We choose young people that come from disadvantaged backgrounds. They come mainly from the mining areas. But they still have to show a willingness to work together in a team. If somebody is, I always joke, if they're first in line for the food, last in line to clean the dishes, then that's sort of an indicator, probably wouldn't quite work out. I think the last time we chose the 19 people, we really took time to choose carefully. And it was a much better choice than the first time we did it. So I think we slowly learned to pay attention to who would fit in.
Yes.
When you deal with young people, you cannot but have hope. Because these young people, they're so full of hope. And no matter where they come from, even when they come from really, really poor backgrounds, to me, it's a totally amazing thing how they cope with life and how they keep hope alive. I mean, they're full of hope, full of energy, full of dreams, sometimes not realistic dreams, but I mean, especially here in Africa, and I mean, I'm in South Africa, so to see them making the most out of nothing and still being able to laugh and still being able to dance and still being able to enjoy company, all the young people we have here, and that is, I can say, without exception, they accept how it is and they move forward from there.